Good morning, guys. I know I told you in class that I wasn't going to be here Friday, and well, today's Friday and you're here, and I just wanted to kind of go over what you're going to be doing today with the substitute. So when we were in class together on Wednesday, we learned how to use ApeMan to calculate how many protons, neutrons, and electrons were in an atom. We wrote these notes in, and we talked about how the A was the atomic number, which is the top number. The P is also the top number, which is protons. And the E is also the top number, which is electrons. Now remember, this top number is called the atomic number, and the APE, the atomic number, is the protons, it is the electrons. So they match. So if I said, how many protons are in magnesium, you would tell me 12. And how many electrons are in magnesium, it would also be 12. So after that, we talked about MAN, M-A-N, go under here. M was the mass number, which is the bottom. A is the atomic number, which is the top. And then that gives us in the neutrons. So you would do mass minus atomic number equals neutrons. And we call this finding our pen. So Adam, get your pen. So today you're going to be using this information to do the following sheets. Okay, let me close this a second. So the first thing actually I want you to do, the sub is going to hand you this paper right here. This is a quiz. You do not get to talk to one another. You do not get to use your notes. You're going to do this quiz first. The first thing you're going to do is, I'm going to hold it like this so you can see. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to use this word bank to fill in all of these lines. So each one of these should end up with one of the words from the word bank. Then you're going to do the same word bank. So you're going to use this same word bank, and you're going to answer questions 1 through 6 down here. These words are used twice. So you're going to use them up here, and you're going to use them down here. So yes, this word bank gets used twice. When you're done, I want you to put it in the basket for your class period. So if you are in first period, you put it over here in the first period basket. If you are fifth period, put it in the fifth period basket. And seventh period, put it in the seventh period basket. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do first. So let's all do that right now. So the sub's gonna pause the video. You're going to get 20 minutes to take this quiz. So we're gonna have a timer, 20 minutes, okay? Good luck. Okay, so we just finished our quiz, and what you are going to do next is you are going to complete the Addams Family Challenge. Addams Family Challenge. The first thing I want you to do is the sub's gonna hand this to you. So I'm gonna give her a minute, so push pause and hand this out. Okay, so what you guys are gonna do with me right now, going through this together, we're gonna label this block. So the first thing we see is it's pointing at the number 8. That number 8, we are going to label as the atomic number. I'm gonna write that down while y'all are sitting there writing it too. So we're gonna write that as the atomic number. So you should have that. The next thing you see in the element block is the O. This is our symbol, our chemical symbol. So let's write chemical symbol. Then we have the name, oxygen. So we're going to write name. And then, of course, at the bottom down here, we have our mass number. So let's write that in. Mass number. So we have that filled in. Now let's look over here beside it. We have some other information we have to fill in. So it is asking us, the atomic number equals the number of. So the A equals the number of P-E, ape, A-P-E. So the P would be protons, and the E would be electrons. But we can shorten that today. We can put P plus for protons and E minus for electrons. Let's fill that in. And then under that it says the mass. And now they're setting it up a bit different than we do. So let's look at this. It says atomic mass equals the number of. Well, we know that when we subtract, we get neutrons. So one of them is neutrons. And if we're subtracting neutrons from the ape, the APE, it's also the protons. But I don't want you guys to get confused by this. So we're going to write it our way. We have this. So next to it, let's write it the way we do it. So we're going to write over here on the side, APE. So atomic number is the protons and electrons. I'm going to show you just a second. Whoop, ran out of room. So over here, I want you to write this. The atomic number is the protons and it is the electrons. Then right here, we're going to write man. So get your M, your A, and your N. And we subtract to get this. I'm going to kind of abbreviate because I'm running out of room to write. So we have the atomic number, or wait, let me restart. We have the mass number minus the atomic number gives us our neutrons. So we're going to be using these two today to figure out what's missing on our page. So let's do this one together. So we have O for oxygen. So it's asking you the atomic number. The atomic number is the top. So oxygen's atomic number is 8. So everybody write down 8. Then it says atomic mass. That's the mass number. That's the bottom number. And remember, we're going to round. So this says 15.99. We're going to round that to 16. So everybody write down 16. Now, the next thing it says is the number of protons, the number of neutrons, and the number of electrons. So we're going to use ape man to figure that out. So the protons is part of the A, the ape. So we have 8. And the other letter for ape is E for electrons. So on protons P and electrons E, we're going to write down the atomic number. So the atomic number tells us protons and electrons, okay? So we have it this far. And then the last thing we're going to look for is the neutrons. And we get that by subtracting. So we're going to do 16 minus 8, which should give you 8. Oops, sorry. Okay, let's do another one together. Let's go ahead and go down here to silicone. Okay, the atomic number, the top number is 14. So we're going to write down 14. The mass number is 28.086. So we're going to round that to 28. Then we're going to fill in the rest, our protons, our neutrons, and our electrons. So our protons come from our atomic number, which is 14. And our electrons come from our top number, which is 14. We're going to write our electrons. And then last, we need to find our neutrons, and we get that by subtracting. So 28 minus 14 gives you 14. Now, not every one is going to end up where they all match. That's not going to necessarily happen. Okay, then I want you to look at your box here, and I want you to say, what's missing? And in this one, the chemical symbol is missing. So we're going to go to our periodic table, and we're going to find silicone. And we just found out it's number 14. So we're going to go to our periodic table. We're going to look over here for number 14. And when we find it, we're going to go, oh, look, silicone's chemical symbol is Si. So we're going to write down in that missing blank there, Si. And that is a lowercase I, so I need to put my dot there. So you're going to do this for all of these today. It should take you probably 5 to 10 minutes. It's pretty simple. You're going to figure out what might be missing from the box, and then you're going to figure out all this stuff down here. It's fairly simple. So 5 to 10 minutes on that one. Okay? Then the next one you're going to do, and I know this feels like a lot of work, you guys, and it's a lot of work. Normally we do this in 2 class periods, but because we are block scheduled now, we have 2 class periods in 1. So we do it all in 1 day now. Okay, so you're gonna do this one next, atoms and more atoms. Okay, the cool part about this one is you've pretty much found them over here. Not all of them, but some of them. So you're going to find all these things on the periodic table. So for instance, the first one here, we are going to find it on our periodic table. So we're going to find germanium. And because germanium starts with a G, maybe that's how we'll look it up. So when we're looking, we are going to find all the ones that maybe have a G, and we're going to use them. And when we find it, it's over here. It's number 32. 32. So we just found the symbol, which is GE. So in symbol, I'm going to write GE. The atomic number, that's the top. We just said it's 32. Then it asks for the mass. We're going to look back, and it says 72.64. It's so tiny, I need new eyes. 72.64. So we're going to round that to 73. Okay. And then last, we're going to find the protons, the neutrons, and the electrons. Now remember, the atomic number is the protons, and it is the electrons. So all you have to do with that one is come in over and write 32 for protons and 32 for electrons. Pretty easy, right? Now we got to figure out our neutrons. So we're going to subtract 73 minus 32. So we do 3 minus 2, that should give us a 1. And 7 minus 3 should give us 4. So our neutrons are 41. Hopefully I'm not messing up my math here. So that's all you're going to do on this one. All the way across, and you're going to do them all the way down. All right? And then we are going to finish off with color by number. I know this seems pretty lame, right? But this is what you're going to do today. So you have these questions over here, and let's go ahead and do number 1 together. Number 1 says, the word atom comes from the Greek word atomos, which means, we talked about this on Wednesday and on your video stuff from last week when we were still online. And our answer choices are tiny, uncuttable, and matter. So remember, an atom is the smallest piece. So we cannot do anything with it once it's one tiny atom. So I did say the word tiny, but that's not it. We can't make it any smaller once it's an atom. So you're going to choose uncuttable. You're going to circle that. Now notice under uncuttable, it says black. So anywhere on your color by number that you see a number 1, you're going to color it in black. And you should have MAC pencils at your desk. And if you don't, well, then we'll figure out what to do from there. I do have some, but we're not supposed to share. So if you do borrow, please wipe them with a Clorox wipe. So that's what you're going to do on this one. Now, I assume that these are going to take you most of the class period because you're going to be doing the quiz first, the Addams Family Challenge, Atoms and More Atoms, followed by the color by number. Now, if we finish all of those, then what I want you to do is get your purple book out of the cabinet. The purple book is what we were working on in class Wednesday, and we kind of ran out of time. I want you to finish pages 3, 4, 5, and 6. Most of us got through 1 and 2, but I want you to finish 3 through 6 by yourself. Now, these are all getting graded, so you're going to get 4 grades for your work in class today. So do not pick and choose. You have to do them all. If you do not finish, they become homework. But guess what? I don't see you again until Tuesday. So you have all weekend and Monday night to get them done. All right? Do not take the purple book home. It stays here in class. So I think that's all I need to tell you guys. While you're working today, please behave for the substitute. And I hope you have a great weekend. Okay, see y'all soon. See you Tuesday, actually. Bye, guys.